Good morning. I hope I'm not disturbing anybody. I know it's late for a lot of people, but it's not late for me because I stay awake pretty much at the early morning. My family and I'd like to introduce myself and my family. Um, we come from a big family, and there's 10 of us, and we're from Italy, and we now live in different parts of the world. Some of us in the United States, some of us in other countries. I'm the eldest of the girls. My name is Selene Mangione. I have been practicing playing the violin since I was 5 years old, and I am now in the big orchestra of Yanni, and I play the violin there with a big orchestra, and I travel all over the world, and it's such fun. And he's a magnificent person to work for, and I don't call it work because it's just so many blessings of being in such beautiful music and traveling around, and that whole orchestra has just become my family, and I'm so pleased to be able to be a part of that Yanni orchestra. And I would like to introduce my other siblings, if I could. This is Mackenzie. Hello, my name's Mackenzie. I don't play instruments. I don't sing. I guess my talent is I like art. So I've had a pad and pencil, and since I was just a young girl, when I used to sit in my room and I'd dream of becoming an artist. And when we were growing up, we were kind of poor, and so I didn't have an easel, and I didn't have things that most kids were given. I just had to do with what I had, and that didn't stop me though. Everywhere I went, I had my pad and my pencil. And I don't care if I was on the school bus, I was always doodling, or if I would go on a quiet walk in the country and I'd sit under a tree and I would doodle, and I would draw pictures of the animals or the mountains or the waters, or if I'd see somebody I'd draw a picture of them. And I did this for quite a few years, and I got discovered. I was actually traveling in my senior year of high school, and I was on the bus, and I had dropped one of my tablets that I had drawings on, and a gentleman that had hitched a ride on the school bus, which is very odd, but our bus driver was very nice, and he picked him up, and it was like a miracle. He happened to pick up my tablet, and he was going through it, and he said, "Who's this tablet belong to?" And I raised my hand. I said, "Mine, I'm sorry." And he said, "Sorry?" He said, "Ma'am, what is your name?" I said, "I'm not a ma'am, I'm 17 years old." He said, "Well, miss, what's your name?" And I said, "Mackenzie Mangione." And he said, "You've got a lot of talent, and I would like you to work for me, and I could work with you to have better things to work on, and I think that I could put some of your art in a gallery." And so that did happen, and I'm in one of the big galleries, in Goss Galleries, and I am so thrilled. And I'm still carrying that same tablet around that I had when I was 17, and I've never gave it away. It's just brought me so much joy. But now I am painting on easels and making really beautiful pictures, and I'm so lucky to be able to have done that and met that person just at the right time. Thank you. Oh my God. Well, my sister Selene, I'm Maxine. My sister Selene was pulling your leg. I'm the one that's in the Yanni band. I've played the violin since I was 5 years old. she's a joker. She's the joker of the family. Yes, I'm the one that's been playing the violin and have been traveling all around the world. You'll just have to excuse her because, like I said, she's a little witty. But I've been traveling and I have been playing the violin since I was 5. My uncle bought me the violin. And I've studied and studied and studied all the way through school. And my dream did come true. I had an audition when I was 21. And I was chose to travel with the Yanni Band. And I've made so many friends. And that orchestra means so much to me. And I don't know where I'd be today if I hadn't got that audition and chose to be one of the most beautiful violin players in the world. And I have my siblings to thank for that because they kept encouraging me and said that I was really good and that I would make something someday. And I did, and I'm very happy that I did. Now I'm going to put my sister back on, the one that was joking around with you, Selene. Selene, now tell them the truth. Yes, I'm sorry. I am Selene. I am the eldest. And, well, to tell you the truth, my story isn't that good. When I was younger, you know how kids are, they're very inquisitive, or they're swayed very easily. And I run around with a bunch of girls in school, and there happened to be one guy also. And I've always liked jewelry. And I'd always be walking by the window admiring all the jewelry. And I always wanted to think that one day that I would be able to make jewelry and have my own jewelry store. Well, one night, this is not a very good thing for me to tell, but it's the truth. I was with that gang of kids I thought was my friends, and they come up with this plan to rob the jewelry store. And silly me, I kind of went along with it, but I was the person that was standing out to watch that no cops would come or nobody would come in while they had this plan to go through the side window in the back and go in and rob the jewelry store. And they didn't think about the alarm going off, and it went off. And well, I'm sure you know the story. I was in prison. I only did 3 years because I wasn't inside the store, but I was an accomplice to it. And I learned a lot by being in prison. And I still never gave up my dream. When I was in prison, I was able to pick up little odd and end things, and I was making jewelry, and I was actually selling it there in prison, and I was actually making money. And I didn't have to do really hard time, and so I wasn't treated really bad, but it was just the idea knowing that you in that uniform and you had bars around you and you couldn't get out and you couldn't see your family. And all I had that kept me going was dreaming of one day having that dream of having my own jewelry store. So after my 3 years of doing time, I had collected all this money that I'd been saving, and then my siblings, God love them, they chipped in. And we found this building, and I opened up my jewelry store. And I've been forever grateful for that, what I have accomplished, that I just can't tell you the joy that I have. But I have to show you something. Just a minute. This here, if you can see it, it's a handcuff. And I made that when I was in prison. And it's a reminder, and I never take it off. It's a reminder of what I've done and what I've become since that. And it's just a lesson to those who think that they are not going to get caught when they do something bad. That stuff catches up with you. But I am proud to say that I am now a jeweler, and I'm doing very well. And I'm sorry that I took Maxine's place and acted like I was her. But sometimes I just do things like that. You'll just have to forgive me. And then my other sister is up now. Good evening. My name is Marlena Mangione. Quite stories that this family of mine has. I'm not so smart, or I'm not. I don't think I have much talent, but I've been told that I've really got some beautiful skin and eyes, and a lot of people told me I could do things with my looks. I don't know that I believe them, but I didn't get as far as the other three that you met. I did become a model, and I have traveled a good bit in the world, seen a lot of things, and met a lot of people. But it really didn't make me that happy. I just didn't seem to be able to fit where I needed to be. And so one day when I was in the dressing room, they'd give me certain clothes to wear to model on the catwalk, and I was making adjustments on them. I was doing my own thing, even letting the seams out, or taking the scissors and cutting it up the side, or taking one shoulder off, and just doing my own thing. And at the time that I was messing around with that, it was time for me to go out on stage. And lo and behold, everybody's mouth dropped open, and I wondered, that's not the dress that I gave her to model. And I got standing ovation, and well, I think you can realize what happened next. I became a designer. Just by pulling a little prank, messing around with something that I thought could look better, and it did. So that's what I do. I'm a designer, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you. My next sister is Tachina. Hi, I'm Tachina. I don't have any real job. I know I look good. I'm probably the prettiest one of the bunch. At least that's what I'm told. I get told that so much that I'm going around saying, I'm pretty. I guess I am pretty. I've got that dark olive skin, big brown eyes, beautiful brown hair with a little bit of red streaks in it. Well, yeah, I guess I am hot. But I don't have a job that you could say is glamorous. It's, I actually just work odd and end jobs. I work in, it's called the B&B, and you'll meet my sister that owns the B&B. So I kind of just help her out, but I do get whistled at a lot. I get asked out on dates, and hey, it ain't all that bad. One day I hope to meet Mr. Right and get married and have him look at me and say, "You're the most beautiful woman in the world." And I gotta say, yeah, I know that. I got it going on. 'Cause my name's Ticina. Thank you. Hello. My name's Malina, and I'm here with my little doggy here. And I got to say, I've got the best family in the world. I love each and every one of them because they all have something that they bring to this family that's exciting and new every day. I became that model as my sister started out being a model, and I am a model, and I didn't start out to be a model. I had no idea that I was going to become a model, but I worked in a Macy's store, and I did makeup, and so, you know, I was always making other people up to look pretty and everything, and all my friends kept saying, "You've got a really pretty shape, and you've got a nice personality and a beautiful smile, and I think you'd be good at modeling." And I kept telling them, "Nah, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's for me." And I kept getting encouraged, and people was encouraging me constantly. And so I went to this modeling agency called Hot Shots, and I went in for an interview, and the lady hired me right away. She didn't even have me model anything. She just said, "You're exactly what I've been looking for." And I was just dumbfounded. I was just shocked. And so I've been working for Hot Shots for a long, long time, and I very much enjoy it. And thank you for coming and meeting my family. And there's 4 more of them you got to meet, so get on with yourself. Hello, my name's Matt. The second of the guys. There's just 2 of us guys, and the rest of it's all women. I don't have a job. I saved my money as a kid. Did odd jobs up till I was 18, and banked everything. And so now I just travel around the world. I don't have a talent. Well, I maybe have talent with women, you know, but I like playing cards, so I'm pretty good at playing cards, and I've won quite a bit of money doing that. Well, everywhere I go, you know, I go into the casinos and places of that sort, and put on my poker face, and I've done pretty well for myself, but I can't say that I'm anything like my siblings, you know. I'm like a renegade. I do my own thing. I don't listen to people. I have my own mind, and I go with it. And I love traveling, and I love to eat. So I eat in the finest restaurants, stay in the finest motels that money can buy, and drive fancy cars, and have fancy ladies on my arm. And that's what I do. And my next sibling is up. It's my brother Curtis. Hello, I'm Curtis, and I have a gym. I've always been working out since I was a young boy. Always wanted to be strong. Always wanted to be handsome. So I've always lifted weights. I've went into competition. I've won quite a few competitions. I've got quite a few trophies. And I saved my money, and I thought, you know, I assumed that other guys and ladies would make sure that their bodies are well kept and keep in shape and live longer and have a healthier life. So I opened up my own gymnasium, and it's doing quite well. I live in London right now. But three of my siblings live in London. 3 of them live in Italy. And of course, Maxine, she travels around the world in the orchestra. But I enjoy what I do. I enjoy meeting new people. I travel as much as I can, but I'm more happy when I'm inside the gym and bringing in new equipment and watching people's faces as they work out, and how they build their bodies up and how proud they are of themselves. And yeah, that's what I get out of life. So that's me. My name's Curtis. And last but not least is the favorite of all. Us siblings are all, if you ask each and every one of them, they'll tell you who she is. And she's not last, but she's the best. And her name is Martina. Hello, I'm Martina. Don't listen to what they say, because I'm not the best. I feel like I'm the luckiest one of the bunch, because I have so much love for my family, and they have so much love for me. I don't know how close yous are with yours' families, if you even have families, but my family means the world and all to me. I live in Italy and have my own vineyard, and I've been selling my wine all over the world. It's called M&M wine because my initials is M&M, Marcina Mangione. Actually, it's MMM, Marcina Marie Mangione. And so I've been selling my wine all over the world. And excuse me, I visited Curtis once in London, and he kept begging me, "Why don't you move here, sis? Will you please just move here? I miss you so much. I love you so much." And I said, "Well, I have a dream, but I don't know if that dream can be here." And he asked me what it was, and I told him. And he says, "You can have your dream anywhere, Marcina." And my dream was to be a dancer and a choreographer. And so I found the studio, and I opened the studio up, and I had like probably 16 people that I taught dance to, and a few of them ended up being very famous. And I'm getting ahead of myself. When I came to Italy, I didn't have much money except for selling the wine and stuff. And there was this club that my girlfriend got me hooked up in, which I sometimes want to wring her neck, and other times I want to just hug her. But she put a video of me dancing on YouTube. And a certain gentleman that owned an Ice Cube Club contacted me, and I didn't know who he was, where he came from, and how he got a hold of me. And he said, "I seen your video on YouTube." And I'm thinking, my video on YouTube? I have no idea what you're talking about. He said, "Well, I seen you dance, and I would like you to come to the Ice Cube and dance and teach the girls there some choreography. And I will pay you $400 a night." And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. $400 a night, I can really use that money toward opening up my studio. So I agreed to it, and become very good friends with the owner of the Ice Cube. I'm very thrilled to have had the opportunity to do that. And as years went by, I had this other dream because I'm a night owl. I like to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning. And I was always trying to find something to do when nothing was ever open. So I come up with this idea of the B&B. It's called the Books and Brew. So I bought this big building and I turned it into the Books and Brew, which is coffee, 50 different flavors of coffee. And there's a kitchen in the back, and I make all my bakery goods. And everything is free. And then there's a room from off the side, which is the computer room and a book room, where if you use the computers and buy books, then I do take the money for that, and that goes toward my stuff to bake, to make the coffees and to bake the baked goods. So that has been a very good success. I have people in there 24/7, so it's open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Never closes for these people that's like me, that can't go to sleep or just feels like they're more alive when they're up late in the morning. And it's brought me so much happiness and joy. And one evening I got a call from my youngest sister. Her name's Megan. Megan feels like she's an outcast, and I wish she didn't. We all have the same mothers, but she has a different dad. So she feels like she's not a real true Minjoni, but she is in our hearts, and we love her so very much. And I'll let her tell you about herself. Megan? Hi, my name's Megan. No, I don't feel like the rest of them. I'm not pretty. I don't feel like I've had the same opportunities as the rest of them have. I'm 19. I'm in my second year of college. I'm studying to be a chef, and that's my goal. I'm a valedictorian all the way through school and so far in college. I don't date. I have no desire to date. My one goal and concentration is cooking, making new dishes, and so my sister Marchena has me in B&B a lot, where I can be back in the kitchen and I can make up my own dishes. And she's looking for a place for me to open up my own restaurant when I graduate, which is 1 more year. And she has so much faith in me. Well, they all